What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, I want to speak on the situation with 50 Cents and Big Meech, and how, in my opinion, 50 Cent played Big Meech from the beginning. Right? This situation, in my opinion, is not about loyalty, and it's not about beef with this person or that person. It's about money, and it's about 50 Cent owning the owning the rights and everything to Big Meech's story, right? And so this was, in my opinion, and I'm gonna go through everything and tell you why I think, in my opinion, this was the plan from the start, right? And so, as you know, Big Meech was in jail, right? He was in prison. I think he was in prison for like 25 years. But while he was in prison, his business partner, and what's her name, Tammy Cohen, she was in charge of his entertainment, like the entertainment part of BMF, right? And so she was in charge of entertainment part of BMF. Now 50 wanted to do this series for BMF. And what happened was 50 Cents and this lady conspired against Big Meech to have Big Meech sign over all the rights and all of the and everything, all the rights to the movies and the publishing and everything over to 50 Cent. So 50 Cent basically owns all of that now, right? And so what happens is 50 Cent brings on Big Meech's son and allows Big Meech's son to play his father in that series. So once Big Meech's son starts to play, play his the role of his father Big Meech in the series, and he's allowed to make some money, everything is going smooth right then, right? Between Big Meech, Tammy Tammy Cowens and everything. So everything is going smooth. Now, Big Meech comes home. He gets out of jail. Big Meech comes home, gets out of jail, and soon after Big Meech get home and come out of jail, he realized that the deal he signed with 50 Cents was not a good deal, especially for him. 50 Cents and the G Unit production, they own all the rights to that, to Big Meech's story. So Big Meech really is, if 50 Cents wanted them to, and which that's the situation now, could really just push him out of the way. And 50 Cents can do what he want with the Big Meech story, because 50 Cents own everything. And so, like I said, Big Meech came home from jail. Big Meech realized that he don't have any say so in his own story. Big Meech understands that he's not going to make any money off of his own story, and then so now Big Meech is trying to find ways to make money. So Big Meech goes, and Big Meech starts to you know he hangs out with Rick Ross, and and that picture comes up with Rick Ross and Big Meech, you know, um, I guess hanging out, talking, and talking business and stuff like that. So this right here is an opportunity for 50 Cent to uh to push Big Meech out of the picture and make it seem like it was all about Big Meech not being loyal to 50 Cent after 50 Cent has done so much for his family. 50 Cent gave his son an acting job. 50 Cent paid them, for the rights to the movie, to their story. And so now 50 Cent is pissed off, supposedly, because 50 Cent saying that that Big Meech is conspiring or doing business with Rick Ross, his enemy. So that's 50 Cent's opportunity. And so they try to say it was about, like I said, loyalty, and now 50 Cent's painting Big Meech as a snitch. But the reason why I know that, or I think that it wasn't about Big Meech snitching, or it wasn't about Big Meech being, all buddy buddy with Rick Ross, is none of this information was new. Like the snitching information was not new. Um, Way before Big Meech even came home from prison, the guy, what's his name, Cuffy. I don't know the guy name last name, but his name is Cuffy. Cuffy had put out, some statements and was making statements that Tammy Cohen's was a FBI like informant. He also said that Big Meech was also, was a snitch and stuff like that. So all this information was already out there. 50 Cent knew about this information. And so 50 Cent saw that he would be able to later on down the line use this as use this as leverage against Big Meech, right? So now that we're here and Big Meech he's hanging out with Rick Ross, he's taking pictures. And so now this is a perfect time for 50 Cent to move Big Meech out of the way so he can go ahead and do a movie deal and make even more money because he like I say, he owns everything. And that's what all I think that's what everything stems from. Now just imagine if 50 Cent had like once Big Meech signed this rights over to his story, 50 Cent could not immediately push Big Meech and Little Meech out of the way because that don't look good, right? So once they sign that move, those rights over, it looks better for 50 Cent to give Little Meech some work, give Big Meech some money, and then Big Meech come home and then they take, some photo ops and stuff like that, and it's looking like, that they buddy buddy and the support and everything is there, and the deal, this business relationship is going to continue. But it wasn't like that. 50 Cent waited for his opportunity to push Big Meech to the side so he can go ahead and make the real money with this movie deal. Because now this young lady, Tammy Cohen's, she's going to do like a movie deal with 50 Cent about the Big Meech story, and it's going to be from more so from like her point of view. Right. And so they don't need Big Meech. They don't need Little Meech because, like, from the beginning, 50 Cent owned all of this. He couldn't push Big Meech out immediately, especially while Big Meech was in prison, because, it would have been obvious that, that 50 Cent was, what his plans was. But the whole thing just based on like what I can see from everybody, it just makes it look like that 50 Cent from the beginning knew that once he had the rights to this, that they didn't need Big Meech anymore. Big Meech comes home from prison and realized that the deal that they got from 50 Cent was not good at all. And basically Big Meech don't have any control over his own life story. And so Rick Ross now comes into the picture and says that he wants to do the deal. He wants to do a movie, right? And what Rick Ross probably didn't realize at first, or he didn't realize at first that 50 Cent owned everything. And so 50 Cent is not going to let Rick Ross do a movie deal with Big Meech. And so Big Meech now has retained a lawyer so he can try to get out of that deal that he has with 50 Cent. And so that's where they at right now. Big Meech is going to try to fight for the rights, um, to get back, fight to get back the rights and the control of his life story. And so that was the play from the beginning, though, but because 50 Cent knew that once Big Meech signed those rights over, that it was all over. And to me, I mean, once you sign those deals, right? You sign those movie contracts and those entertainment deals. Once you sign those, it's pretty much etched in stone. And the fact that Big Meech was in a tight spot when he signed that deal, and allowed this young lady, Tammy Cohen's, to be he trusted her, and 50 Cent came in, and then so that was the deal, and so now Big Meech is out in the cold as far as like being able to sell his story. I don't know what kind of, in my opinion, I don't know like what kind of leverage that Big Meech has. Like what can he do to get out of this deal? But I would think that because 50 Cent knew that this was the plan all along, that 50 Cent made sure that all his T's was crossed. He made sure all his I's were dotted. And so it was all a plan from the beginning. Um, I don't care if Big Meech had a got caught jaywalking, 50 Cent would have used that as an excuse. Anything would have been an excuse to just to push Big Meech out of the way and take complete control, of the story, of the BMF story. And from what I hear and from what a lot of people are saying is that even from that series, the BMF series, they didn't really see a lot of money. The big money is going to come down the line when they do that movie, and that's what they're supposedly 50 Cent said that that's what they're in the works for to do a movie, and the movie is really going to be more so from Tammy Cohen's point of view. It's still going to be telling the story, right? But it's going to be from her point of view because she was around for a lot of the history and stuff like that. Then they have other people that story is going to corroborate a lot of what she says. So that was the whole deal. Like it was a plan from the jump. Um, it's not about Big Meech being loyal to 50 Cent. It's not about Little Meech, and Little Meech kind of like panicked. Like when he texts 50 Cent and told 50 Cent, that tried to explain to 50 Cent that he didn't know what was going on. He couldn't control what his father was doing, which like I said, I think that that was a panic move on Little Meech's part. And then 50 Cent was cold. 50 Cent just said, um, basically it's over with, and said what he said, my father needed money for next season. And 50 Cent said, what next season? As far as 50 Cent concerned, ain't no next season. And so when you have somebody like 50 Cent who is very savvy when it comes to operating in the movie industry, going up against Big Meech, who is more so a street dude and more so street smart, but he was no match for what 50 Cent and this young lady had in store for him while he was, you know, while he was incarcerated, while he was away. They really kind of caught him like in a moment of weakness. He was in prison, he was in there for a long time, and he thinking that, he got somebody on the outside really looking out for him. Somebody is going to, to have his best interest at heart, or at least try to play fair with him, you know. And who knows, from 50 Cent's point of view, he may feel like, he might think that he played fair with him. He got his son a job. He gave Meech some money, and so that was it. But right now they said that Meech don't have any money. Big Meech or Little Meech really don't have any money. And so, that was the plan from the beginning. And everybody is thinking that, it's well, Big Meech crossed 50 Cent, and everybody knows that 50 Cent is he don't, he's big on loyalty and big on respect. That's true, but 50 Cent is also a businessman. And so before this issue of loyalty and respect ever came up, it was already etched in stone what was going to go down with this TV deal, the movie deal, and all that stuff. That was already etched in stone. So like I said, if Big Meech had a never went uh to what's the guy, Rick Ross, if he had a never went to Rick Ross and was never, seen taking pictures and stuff with him, it still would have went down. This deal still would have went down the way it went down. They would have found some other excuse to get out of this deal, or to some other excuse to push Big Meech aside and go here for the movie deal. 50 Cent feel like they don't need Big Meech for the movie deal. They have so much material that and so much so much material that they can do the movie without Big Meech. They can do it without Little Meech, and it was just a play from the beginning. It was all just a play. And a lot of people, I haven't really seen anybody just take that point of view of looking at the money aspect of it, because that's what it boiled down to. 50 Cent knew about, the allegations against Big Meech, that Big Meech may or may not be a snitch, but he chose to do business with him because he knew that he could use that as leverage later on down the line against Big Meech. And so, yeah, man, it was just a play. Um, and so that's my take on it. Um, Make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know, do you think that this was in the works from the beginning? Or do you think that it's really about loyalty and respect with 50 Cent? I think that, in my opinion, 50 Cent is he's much more savvy than that. He's much more intelligent than that. There are people who 50 Cent kind of like who kind of like beef with him, or associate with people that he beef with, that sometimes he don't pay that no attention. So I think, like I said, 50 Cent, in my opinion, is much more intelligent than that, much more savvier than that when it comes to business and stuff like that. And the people around him, not Uncle Murder and the other guy, but I mean like the business people, people who know the movie industry, and they know about contracts and they know about business deals and stuff like that. They also probably was in his ear and made him aware that, we can, if you can get that deal, if you can get the rights to the BMF story, don't worry about Big Meech. We can move Big Meech out of the picture a little bit later on along the line. And then, in my opinion, that's what happened. They moved him out. And so, but yeah, let me know. Make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next episode. Peace.